Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Ontology's ONT token. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, if you want to support Ukraine, you can donate to the Ukrainian refugees and to Ukraine's military. I'm from Ukraine, that's why I have all these links down below in the description in every single one of my videos, because any support right now and any sort of donations are very much appreciated. Even $5 is going to make a difference. So thank you all for donating, whoever is donating, and let's get on with the video. So jumping into the daily chart. So Ontology hasn't been a token that I've reviewed many times. I've only done one video on the ONT token. And that was back in December when we were in this little channel up pattern here, over here, December 9th, I think. And I laid this fib back then, and this fib still holds up relatively well, I would say, because, well, you can see that we have the swing high here and the swing low over here, where the arrows are pointing towards. Those are the points of contact of the fib retracement. Now, as you can see, we've landed all the way down here on the second fib, right? We even wicked below. And I did tell you that losing the first fib would cause us to go at least all the way down to the 1.618. That would be your technical target, which is currently at 32 cents. Well, it was at 32 cents even then. So as you can see, this fib held up pretty good. And let me just give you the price tag for that as well. So we lost the first fib level right over here, as you can see. We've been there, we've bounced off the 1.272. We had a nice double bottom pattern here, right? And then you even had a back test of resistance of the 786, but this was essentially a lower high. You came back down, you got rejected from the first fib level, another lower high, and then you came back down, capitulated all the way down here. That's getting messy. You capitulated all the way down here to the second fib level at 23 cents. So 23 cents right now is a very good support zone, in my opinion, that you can look for if you want to set up some buy limit orders. Now, as you can see, we've, I don't know if we've been this low before. I don't really follow Ontology, but as you can see, this is relatively close to the area where we've been in the March of 2020 pullback. So yeah, so Ontology was sitting at $8 back in July of 2018, and it's really been in a downtrend ever since. So I don't know what is the team behind the project and what are the plans, but if they are building and if this is a good project, then you can be buying off of support levels and you don't really need to care about the price action for the foreseeable future. Now you can see that on the daily chart right here, we do have an ascending support trend line over here, and you are running into the same level of resistance. So we are going to expect, or we are going to see some sort of a break here, one way or the other, because we're getting really, really tight here in between the moving averages. So from where we are right now, you can potentially look for a 10% trade. We could go and hit the 20 EMA over here and get rejected from there, and we could get rejected from the 1.618 resistance level over here as well. So this is something to keep an eye on. We can break out of this pattern, right? And you'll think, well, we're going to the upside, we're bullish. And then you get rejected by the 20 and you come back down, you lose support, and you potentially land on the 23 cent price here, and then you can create a nice double bottom pattern. The important thing is we don't want to be losing this low over here, because if you lose that low and you continue on, you're going to have more targets to the downside. But the target below over here is going to be the 2.272 Fibonacci retracement level at 18 cents basically. So that is your next support zone. And if you want to set up another little fib retracement here to see how the fib levels align, so what we could do is we could take this swing high and this swing low, so this little fractal, right? And we can see where the 1.618 is going to be. So the 1.618 here is relatively close to the 1.618 of the large fib retracement. But you can see that we've held the 786 level very multiple times. So we had one bounce here, another bounce here, another bounce here, another almost a bounce here, and then we lost it, capitulated obviously. And if I just extend this to the right side here, you can see that the 1.618 over here of this smaller fib is exactly the level that's holding us down right now. So we're starting to test this level as resistance. Above us, we have the 1.414 and the 1.272. So, you know, this looks like we either break down from here right now, or we have a little pump from this pattern and get rejected from the 1.618 over here, or from the 20 MA, because I don't think we're going to have a massive pump. I could be wrong, obviously, but it just doesn't look like, you know, we're you know, the markets aren't looking good for huge altcoin pumps, even though some altcoins are popping here and there, but those are mostly, I want to say, trash coins, because I don't really know most of the little, you know, shit coins that people pump and dump all the time. But Ontology isn't a shit coin from what I know. So yeah, let's see what the markets do. Now, jumping into the daily RSI here, I did give you this buy zone in the last video back in December, and I told you that once you came back down into this zone, this would be a good buying opportunity. And lo and behold, next month we went exactly into this area, and then from there we had a very nice move to the upside. So let's just see what type of a trade you could have had once you landed in here. So this is where you landed, and so this, let's say, was a good buying opportunity. You had a 40% trade, potential 40% trade for you. So that was pretty good. And right now we entered this zone once again, and we're having a strong move to the upside from the oversold zone. And as usual, you know, you do have these oversold positions. You know, you do recover from these oversold positions relatively quickly. And obviously here back in March, you were overbought. So this was a very good time to start taking some profits if you entered at these lower levels as well. But if you're in it for the long term, you know, you just have to accumulate, and that's it. Now let's jump over to the Binance chart for more oscillators. So jumping into the Binance chart on the daily, obviously this is the resistance level that we're looking at. So on the daily chart, you can see that the stochastic is in the overbought, okay, and the MACD starting to get a bit overextended here. We're still below the histogram, but we're starting to get a bit overextended. The RSI has had quite a strong move to the upside here, so potentially this could be our little top with the stochastic, and we can, you know, roll from here. Because if you're gonna roll, you're gonna have a couple of support levels below, obviously, but I would look for 26th cents mostly to bounce, and because we've bounced from there multiple times, you could see a potential pullback to 26 cents and another retest of this zone, potentially creating a bearish divergence on the daily chart. That is when the RSI is going, let's say this is going to be our high here, right? And then you come back down, you print a lower high, but the price action here is going to print a higher high, and we're going to get rejected back down and, you know, come back all the way down to this level here, potentially. That's, you know, that's if that happens. Now let's jump into the weekly chart real quick and see what's going on with the oscillators here. So very bullish. The stochastic RSI is in the oversold right now, and we're starting to curl up for the bullish cross here. So potentially we could get the bullish cross sometime in June, July. We'll see how the markets continue on, because the situation isn't really stable right now. So we don't know what's going to be happening. You know, we can get FUD from, you know, at any second. We could have a black swan event at any second. So, you know, just keep this in mind. And on the weekly chart here, I do see a nice little, so this is a nice little channel that we're adhering to on the weekly chart, and potentially you could look for another move here to the upside. This could be our little lower high that we could end up printing, you know, potentially in August. We could have a strong move just like last year, and then we're going to come back down and continue on with this channel pattern, and you know, come back down towards the end of autumn into the oversold on the weekly, and that will be a great entry point for Ontology because no one knows when the markets are going to peak. Potentially, we're going to see a peak during the next summer of 2023, and all of this is going to be just a slow decline into the bear market lows. We got the bear market confirmation here on the MACD May 2nd. We had the bearish cross on the MACD, the moving average, the yellow moving average crossed below the signal line, and that was basically your confirmation. So let's just take a look at the weekly chart in general and see what's happening over here. Okay, so you can see that you're basically retracing to this low over here. Now, if you start losing this low, that can be quite negative. So let's just assume that you're going to start losing it, and let's just see what our potential targets to the downside are going to be. So yeah, it doesn't look really good if you start losing this low over here at 21 cents. You're going to be looking at 4 cents over here for Ontology. And it is possible, trust me, it is possible. If Bitcoin starts dumping, altcoins are going to bleed like crazy. So this is potentially something that you're looking at. You do have 2 more fib levels above us, 7 cents, and you do have the 1.272 at 10.5 cents. So this is your potential if you start losing this low over here. So thank you all for watching. If I missed out anything on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. I do post technical analysis in there, and also make sure to follow me on Patreon. We do have a Patreon. It's a great way to support me and a great way for you to get more exclusive content, low cap gem calls, trading alerts, TA and video requests, and more personal one-on-one connection as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The links are in the description. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.